Welcome to Conflict News 24. Viewers, I have created this new YouTube channel for covering international conflicts, Russia, Ukraine conflict, Taiwan, China, Middle Eastern conflicts, and other African conflicts as well. I have been covering several international conflicts the last 3 years, and my other YouTube channel, my views on news, mainly covers what is happening in the Horn of Africa, in Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, Eritrea, and neighboring Sudan. But on this channel, will exclusively cover other conflicts like Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan, China, others. First video, in this video, firstly, will focus on Russia-Ukraine conflict. I'll try to brief you on a map about the gains of Russian forces so far in Ukraine. This war started in February, and I covered it in the earlier 2 months of this war. I covered it. Back then, Russians were targeting Kiev, Ukrainian capital, but now war is mainly centered in eastern and southern parts of Ukraine. Secondly, we'll have a look at what is happening between China and Taiwan. China is conducting live fire military drills close to Taiwan. Not close to Taiwan, around Taiwan. 6 zones have been chosen by China for these maneuvers, and these 6 zones are all around Taiwan. So Taiwan is under a siege. We have some clips for you as well. And lastly, Nancy Pelosi, US House Speaker, who is visiting some Asian countries these days, visited South Korea, which is seen as a US ally. But South Korea's president did not meet Nancy Pelosi. What happened there? Firstly, I have details for you about Russia-Ukraine conflict. On the 24th of February, Russia attacked Ukraine. And back then, Russia tried to take control of Kiev, Ukrainian capital, and from Belarus, from eastern Ukraine side, Russia tried to storm deep into Ukraine. Kiev did not fall, and then Russians, they started withdrawing from areas situated to the west and to the north of Kiev, Ukrainian capital. Now we have details for you. Where is ongoing fighting happening now? What are Russian targets now? What is Ukrainian target now? Have a look at this map. Because you can see Ukraine here. Kiev capital can be seen. It was the target of Russian forces when Russia attacked Ukraine in February. Russians managed to reach close to Kiev back then. They managed to take control of areas to the north and west of Kiev, but then they retreated from areas close to Kiev and from these border areas as well, Belarus, Ukraine border areas. Now, mainly fighting is in eastern and southern parts of Ukraine, eastern Ukraine and southern Ukraine. Kherson can be seen here, main city in southern Ukraine. Kherson is under Russian control. Odessa port under Ukrainian control, and we know that a few days ago Ukraine restarted its export of grains from Odessa port. Odessa is under Ukrainian control. Kherson was taken by Russians. First major city taken by Russians in Ukraine was Kherson. Mykolaiv, it is under Ukrainian control. And in southern Ukraine, this is one of the main fronts close to Kherson that Ukraine is trying to take back Kherson. Russians in full control of Kherson so far. Mariupol under Russian control for months. And these are two important regions, Donetsk and Luhansk viewers. The Russians have made considerable gains in Luhansk. Almost entire Luhansk Oblast has come under the control of Russian forces. And in recent days, they have taken control of two big cities of Luhansk Oblast. This one, Lysychansk and Severodonetsk. They were taken by Russians in the last 1 week or so. And now fighting is mainly being reported near Bakhmut. You can see Bakhmut here. Russians trying to advance towards Bakhmut. They have taken control of two main cities in Luhansk, entire Luhansk region under Russian control. Donetsk also taken by Russians, but not entire Donetsk. And they are trying to advance from Donetsk in western and northern directions. Main area of fighting in coming days is going to be this road, viewers. Izium, Bakhmut. Izium is under Russian control. It's in Kharkiv Oblast. And from Izium, Russians want to reach here. From Izium, Russians want to reach Bakhmut, which I showed you earlier on this map. So fighting in the next few days is going to be around along this road, Izium road, in southern direction. Kharkiv city, here you can see it's under Ukrainian control. Despite several attempts by Russian forces, they could not take control of Kharkiv city. But they are in Kharkiv region. Izium is in Kharkiv region. In coming days, fighting will intensify along this road, Izium-Bakhmut road. Russians trying to take control of Bakhmut. If they succeed in taking Bakhmut, they'll try to connect Bakhmut with Izium. Izium already under Russian control. So we can sum up, viewers, that Russian main gains so far in Ukraine are in eastern and southern parts of Ukraine, areas like Luhansk, entire Luhansk, this one taken by Russians. Mariupol 2, Mariupol, Melitopol, they are already under Russian control, but Odessa is under Ukrainian control, and Mykolaiv also under Ukrainian control, Kherson Russian control. So we could see fighting close to Kherson already happening there. Ukraine trying to take back Kherson. Secondly was Taiwan, China conflict just 48 hours after Nancy Pelosi, US House Speaker, departed Taiwan. China has started maneuvers, military maneuvers all around Taiwan. 6 zones have been chosen in the Pacific Ocean around Taiwan where these military drills have started. You can see the zones chosen by China around Taiwan for the military drills. In Taiwan Strait and around Taiwan, these drills are underway. Chinese naval, air and land assets, military assets are part of these naval drills, naval and air drills in Taiwan Strait. And we know that according to some news sources, several flights have been cancelled at Taipei airport of Taiwan, though Taiwanese government says that this cancellation is not linked to the ongoing maneuvers. But if Taiwan is encircled on all sides by Chinese military, it means that the cancellation of flights from and to Taipei airport is linked to these Chinese maneuvers. Missiles are being fired. Chinese helicopters have been seen flying close to Taiwan's airspace. I have 2 clips for you. One shows Chinese helicopters flying over Taiwan Strait, which is narrow strip of water between Taiwan and China. And secondly, 11 missiles have been fired by Chinese military close to Taiwan. A 5-day long maneuvers are underway. So it means that for the next 5 days, Taiwan is under a siege. What will happen if in future China announces drills for 30 days? I mean, it is a way of laying siege to Taiwan that China has chosen 6 areas around Taiwan for these military drills. Meanwhile, US military assets have also been seen close to Taiwan. US aircraft carriers have been seen moving towards this area, and we know that US, Indonesia, Australia have been conducting military maneuvers in the Pacific Ocean in recent days. But US military assets are far away from these naval drills underway in the Pacific Ocean in Taiwan state. Taiwan is no match for China, just 165,000 number of soldiers of all its forces, naval, air and land forces. But China and Taiwan are connected economically. And China relies on Taiwan semiconductors, and China is the biggest trading partner of Taiwan. And it is expected that in coming days, China will put pressure upon Taiwan, because China warned Nancy Pelosi against visiting Taiwan, but she pressed ahead with the visit. She visited Taiwan, and there she announced to stand with democracy. She has left. Now Taiwan is at the mercy of China. Is China going to attack Taiwan? Important question. No signs that China is going to invade Taiwan, but China will keep its pressure upon Taiwan. Meanwhile, Russia has backed China. In a statement, Russia says that China has this sovereign right to conduct military maneuvers. On the other hand, Taiwan's allies are condemning these maneuvers. They say that this is a way of putting pressure upon Taiwan. So tensions there between China and Taiwan. Nancy Pelosi is in South Korea. Meanwhile, these military drills are underway. Watch 2 clips. One shows Chinese helicopters flying over Taiwan Strait between China and Taiwan. And second one shows firing of missiles by Chinese forces close to Taiwanese airspace. Thirdly, viewers, it seems that Nancy Pelosi, US House Speaker, visiting Asian countries, mostly hostile to China, was snubbed in South Korea. What happened there? South Korea is seen as a US ally against China, but South Korea's president did not meet Nancy Pelosi. Before visiting South Korea, she visited Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan. There, all main leaders, presidents, prime ministers met her. But in South Korea, South Korea's president Yoon Suk Yeol has not met Nancy Pelosi. He is on vacation, and he has decided not to cancel his vacation. He is in Seoul, South Korea, but he hasn't met Nancy Pelosi. It is being seen as a snub to Nancy Pelosi, and it is a sign that South Korea's president could be under pressure from China. because Nancy Pelosi is visiting those countries which are US allies, which are seen as anti-China. Taiwan, South Korea, and she's due to visit Japan as well in coming hours. Thanks for watching.